All right, next video. Been thinking about something. Old Iran, back in the spotlight. We're gonna stop Iran. Of course, we're building it back up in Syria now, just as 100% precisely predicted by Lindsey Williams. And again, Yemen's back in the news too. He said the Yemen would go. That guy's finally given up. He's been working with us for months. We've been trying to get him in, get him out. Okay, give me 30 days. I'll get out. He was one of the first ones. Finally, I'm reading today he's doing some kind of transitional government. So Yemen, Lindsey Williams called it. Libya, Lindsey Williams called it. And the next one to fall, as he said, specifically Syria. Here we are with Syrian news all over the place. Interesting webbot hit, by the way. The unrest in Egypt is becoming worse than it was the first time. And as the webbot said, Cliff High specifically, if you think the first revolutionary change in Egypt, which happened, many months ago, was anything to worry about, basically, quote, you ain't seen nothing yet until the next one comes around. And it looks like it's starting right about now. Another webbot hit there. So, Iran. Iran says if they are provoked and messed with, if they have to, they will close the Strait of Hormuz. I think that's how you pronounce that, Hormuz. Doesn't matter. You know what I'm talking about. The strait, which a lot of shipping goes through, is critical for the world, and the world's economy would grind to a halt if that strait was closed, according to the many articles I just read on this from mainstream sources as well. Two birds with one stone. Elite. Put yourself in the elite's mindset. We're going to destroy the markets. Their Wall Street protests are getting out of control. People are waking other people up. Who's the culprits, which is us, the bankers. How could we stop that and get Iran out of the way? Brilliant. Rockefeller, listen, this is your boy Bernanke. Listen. Can you call the Rothschilds? Can we have a three-way conference call? Sure, okay. Hey, y'all there? Okay, listen. I've got a fantastic idea. I'm going to need a little raise this time. I need a raise because you're going to love this idea. All right, give it to us. All right, here it is. We force Iran to close the Strait of Hormuz by keep pressuring them and building up ships and stuff around them. We pressure them into closing the strait. We then run all the mainstream news outlets with the story. As soon as we collapse the markets in the background, we blame it on Iran. We blame the whole thing on Iran. They closed the straits. It wasn't us. That damn Iran. They just destroyed your 401k. They just destroyed your IRA. They destroyed all your paper assets. It's a damn terrorist nation. We've been telling you about it all along. And they had the balls and the gall to close that strait on the world, not just America. Now the whole world's economies are collapsing heavy duty. Stock markets are being destroyed. And you've got the perfect enemy who laid and fell right down into your trap. The elites. All focus on Iran. Forget Wall Street. There's your enemy. They caused the market collapse. Forget that it was already starting to collapse in advance and it was going down. Bond sales were epic failures, etc. Bank stocks constantly down for weeks now. Forget all that. That's the reason it really crashed heavy duty. Could you imagine? Is that not the perfect play for the elite to do right about now or in the very near future? Let's let the sheeple get their holiday shopping over. Let's get all that because we got a few bucks to make on that. Let the fake numbers come out. Oh, look, propped up. Oh, the GDP increased, half of a percent. Holiday shopping, great. Oh, we're getting out of that recession. And then they get punched in the mouth right after that by the Iranians closing down the strait. We go in to attack, or we got to open the strait back up. We're going to have to attack now. Israel, go ahead and do what you got to do. We got to get that strait opened up. Can you see how that could play out? Man, I hope I'm wrong on that one. Man, do I not want to see that, because every piece of garbage sheeple in America would buy that story hook, line, and sinker. Therefore, when this video gets uploaded in a few minutes, it will be timestamped by YouTube, so you will see if that event does take place. Old Jason at 4 had the brains and the foresight to put a little plan like that together in his mind to the people out there, so you will know. Don't fall for it. This guy in his freaking laundry room with the green screen behind him called it in advance. But at the same time, I'm not going to sit here and say that I know that's going to happen. I'm just trying to think like the elite. What would they do? How do they roll? Right? What do? They are the false flag experts of the world. You have to get the people, the entire populace, most of them, 80+% at least, on the same page, same target. We need to go after them. 9/11, they did it perfectly. Sinking of the Lusitania, right? World War II, First World War, Germans. As I explained in several videos now, it's already been debunked. We've already sent submarines and divers down. There were munitions on board the Lusitania. The Germans were correct in sinking it, yet we lied to our population and told them it was just a passenger ship with nothing on board. How dare the Germans do that, and we got involved in the war. Hook, line, and sinker, they fell for it then. They fell for it in World War II. They fell for it in Vietnam, the Korean War, 9/11, the first Gulf War with the incubator baby lie. All of it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, all the way down history. It's a damn lie. Why would they make this a real, truthful thing at this point when we really, really badly need to get this economy going, but we have to destroy it first? Because the only way you can fix it is to destroy everything. There's no such thing as infinite growth. The only person who has infinite growth is the elite. So when they clean everyone else, drop prices on everything, start over basically, they'll have all the gold and silver, all the assets they want, while you and I are pissed off at Iran, except you and I aren't really going to be pissed off because we already know how that's going to go. Iran's the enemy. Let's kick their butts in World War III. Boy, it was worth it. Those son of a guns caused our economy to collapse. I can't possibly blame my 401k collapsing on the real culprits, the bankers, because it was Iran. Look, all the news, every channel I turn on says it was Iran. I'm pissed off. I'm going to go send my kid to that war now because I want him to kick some butt. You know what, you sick bastard? Go ahead and send your kid over there to that war and fight that nonsense, because I won't dare in my life join any war, or my kids send them off to join a war ever, until the day that this country becomes a respectable, what I was taught in the history books of the school, what I was taught this country was, when our country becomes that, then I'll have a different thought about it, because at that point I would want to protect this country. But I'm not going to be going out offensively because Iran might make weapons, or this group might be hurting their citizens, so we got to protect them. No. We protect ourselves, we defend ourselves, we do not do stuff offensively like that. If everyone had the same attitude across the world, which most people do, it's the elite that go and mingle and change those things so that you think you got attacked to change your mind. So you have to get rid of the elite in order to get rid of that mindset. So that's what revolutions are for, and that's what history shows happens. And then periodically, another 100, 200 years later, some new elitist group comes out of nowhere, and the cycle starts again. So anyways, I wanted to share that with you as a possibility of how this could go down with Iran. Even if it's not now, maybe it's next year. Their timing has to happen when they need it to happen. Again, they may not be done getting the nations in Europe and in America, our country, in the level of debt we need to be in. Even though you and I think it's sick now, they may not be near where they need to put us. So we could go on many months now, and then that takes place, and then it all happens. So I just wanted to share that with y'all. I think I'm done making videos today. Have a nice day. Oh, have a nice Thanksgiving.